Here's what you need to know about marketing on Pinterest in 2024. I'm Emily Vales. I'm a Pinterest marketing and ad strategist. And for 4.5 years, I've helped my clients and my students increase their traffic and turn it into profit through the power of Pinterest marketing. So I've been asked recently by business owners, by aspiring Pinterest managers, what do I think is going to happen with Pinterest this year? Is this a platform that's going to continue to be relevant? And spoiler alert, I do not think Pinterest is going anywhere, which means that if you are still sleeping on the platform, you need to stop. So Pinterest is such an amazing platform because it is a visual search engine. There's really no other platforms like it, and it really serves a unique purpose that other platforms don't. Now, I recently had somebody say something on TikTok about how Pinterest was so much better than Instagram and TikTok. And although I am clearly biased to Pinterest being an amazing platform and it being my preferred platform for obvious reasons, I would never say don't market on social media. That's not going to be helpful to your business at all. That's not the point I am trying to make to business owners. What I am trying to tell business owners is that, of course, utilize social media. That is an amazing way to get traffic to your business, to get eyes on your offers, but just don't sleep on Pinterest. And the reason for that being is because Pinterest has this amazing opportunity where people are coming to the platform and they just want a solution to their problem. 97% of searches on Pinterest are unbranded, which means that if you understand how to strategically use keywords, that's how you're going to be discovered by your target audience. In order to grow your following on Pinterest, to get more eyes on your content, to sell more offers, all of those things, you simply just have to create highly inspiring, engaging content and offer a solution to people's problem. And of course, strategically use keywords. So in 2024, Pinterest is just going to continue to grow, in my opinion. So Pinterest is a publicly traded company, and it's had its ups and downs like any company. And one thing that I think kind of scared people when essentially in 2020, when the world looked very different, Pinterest started to really explode because a lot of people were at home and they were on their computers for obvious reasons. And so the platform really started to expand. And then, of course, when things started to go back a little bit more towards normal and people weren't at home as much, then the platform started to go down the other way. But that wasn't really necessarily an indication that people were interested in Pinterest anymore. It was just an indication that people weren't spending as much time at home and maybe on their computers. So Pinterest has over the years been very stable. And like I said, it's continued to grow. There's actually 500 million monthly users on the platform, which is crazy. That's a ton of people. So when people are thinking about either marketing their business on Pinterest or becoming Pinterest managers, it's something that I have utilized myself, and it has sustained me for over 4.5 years. And it has been a very stable business model as a Pinterest manager. But I also see that, I have clients who have used it for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, where it has driven so much traffic and profit to their business. So instead of playing these games of like, what happens to the platform or could this happen, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know for sure what's going to happen. But what I can say is, historically it has been stable and it's only continued to grow. Not to mention, Pinterest has made strides towards becoming more shoppable, which obviously makes it more desirable for business owners as well. They've even, to show, signs of how serious they are about becoming more shoppable, they've even done deals and partnerships with major brands like Amazon. So like I said, in 2024, I have no doubts that Pinterest is still going to be an amazing platform for you to market your business. And if you're thinking about becoming a Pinterest manager, I highly recommend focusing on that service and becoming, really that skilled expert, because I am still seeing a demand for that and my students are landing clients daily. So if you are thinking about starting and marketing your business on Pinterest in 2024, I have 5 tips that I want to share with you that are going to help you really get the most bang for your buck, so to put it, on the platform in 2024. So the first thing I want to mention, you have to focus on keywords. So these tips are going to help you really see growth on the platform, and it's not going to happen overnight. I like to share that because Pinterest is a search engine. It's going to take time and consistency, but when you are using the right keywords and you have amazing content, you will grow on Pinterest. But you have to understand what keywords that you want to rank for on the platform and use those keywords strategically in your content. That would be in your profile name, your bio, your board titles, your board descriptions, your pin titles, your pin descriptions, all of those places. And so I would love for you to check out, after this video, my other video all about doing keyword research on the platform if you want to learn more specifically about that topic. But just know that in 2024, Pinterest is still a search engine, which means you still need to focus on using those keywords. Now, tip number 2, you might have heard me say consistency. Pinterest is not a platform where you are just going to see what happens and put your head down on the platform for a couple of months and, have fun with it and hope for the best. Pinterest is a platform that when you get started, you're in it for the long haul. You're not going to, see what happens after a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but you're getting started on the platform knowing that you're going to be consistent year over year. And that's really what it requires in order to be successful. Some of my clients, especially when we first created their Pinterest account, they might have had only, 30, 40 people go into their website attributed from Pinterest that first month. But then by month 2 and 3, they've already doubled or even tripled that. And no, maybe it's not as much traffic as other platforms, but think about it. If you're already doubling, tripling that after just a couple of months, it shows the potential. However, we have to be patient. My clients who have multiple millions of monthly impressions, which impressions is somewhat of a vanity metric, but it does kind of correlate with the number of saves and outbound clicks they're also experiencing. And those people, those are the ones that I have said have been consistent on the platform for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So if you're going to market on Pinterest in 2024, you have to be consistent. And I like to say that consistency could look like as few as 3 to 4 pins a day to as many as 5 to 10. Now, 5 to 10, that's a pretty big difference. I don't believe that you need to be pinning 10 times a day in order to see success on the platform. I do think that you should choose a number that you can stick with and, once again, be consistent. So for me, that does look like 4 to 5 pins a day. And I still focus on fresh content, which is tip number 3. I really want you to focus on creating fresh content and pinning fresh pins every single day, and ideally multiple fresh pins a day. Now, not every pin has to be a fresh pin, and people love to get wrapped up into the tactics, but let's say that you have a pin about becoming a Pinterest manager. Speaking for my own example, so I have 3 boards that would pertain to that one pin about Pinterest management. I have my Pinterest manager board, I have my side hustles for moms board, and then I have a board called work from home ideas. That pin is highly relevant to all 3 of those boards. And it's okay to take that one pin and pin it to all 3 of those boards, but you just want to space it out. You don't want to be pinning to all 3 of those boards the same day, because technically the second board it goes to, that is really like a repin. It's not a fresh pin. So you can see when you're thinking about your schedule that, if you have a day where you know that all of the pins are technically repins, then you need to think about creating a couple of fresh pins. So one thing that I do for my clients, I am pinning at least 1 fresh pin every single day. There are definitely some days where we're pinning more than 1 fresh pin. It also depends on their package and what we have agreed upon, because I really do customize my packages. And a lot of my students who are working with clients, they customize their packages as well, because some business owners, especially prolific bloggers, they have tons of content, and so they could be creating multiple fresh pins. So you have to think about what your content looks like. That's going to have an impact on your strategy, and so that's something to keep in mind. But it is going to be really important to focus on that fresh content, and that leads me to my fourth tip. Apart from fresh content, I want you to be sharing video content. It's 2024. Video content is not going anywhere, and I really think that you are going to not see the same growth if you're not creating video content. So back in 2022, 2023, idea pins, I was really pushing for idea pins. And what I was doing in my idea pins, I was creating all video content in my idea pins. Well, in 2023, spring, April, May-ish time of 2023, Pinterest announced that they were doing away with idea pins and that they were really simplifying it. And there's going to be this really one overarching pin, just all pins. And within those pins, you could upload a static image, you could upload a video, and it was really eliminating the individual pin formats. So what I want you to know in 2024 and beyond is that video content is not going anywhere. People love video content, and especially for businesses like Etsy shops or physical product sellers who maybe don't have a blog. Video content is an amazing way to nurture your audience and give them ideas without having that blog content, but still giving them value. So some different things that you could do if you are an Etsy shop seller, or you do have those physical products and you don't have a blog, you can give people examples like ways to wear this, hat, or ways to wear this scarf, or 5 tips for how to style. I'm just making this up, but you can give them that value through the video content, even if you don't have a blog. And it's kind of a creative way to still serve your audience. So there are so many different ways and different things that you can do with video content, but it's just so engaging and it hooks and captivates your audience in a different way. And when I really started growing my own business on Pinterest, the year that I grew my account by over 1,000%, I was really focusing on creating video content every single day. So I would love for you to challenge yourself and create video content every single day. I would love to see what happens for you if you focus on creating fresh video content every single day. So for tip number 5, I would really love for you to get creative and try some of the new trends. So at the end of the year, Pinterest always releases, I think it's usually like the first week of December, they announce trend predictions for the next year. And it's always a really fun time to see the quirky, fun, different trends. Some of them are ones that I feel like I've already kind of noticed taking off. For example, they talked about bows, and I had already noticed people wearing bows, that trend was kind of already picking up. However, there are some that are like totally new, and I do have an entire video all about Pinterest trend predictions if you want to check that out. But I would love for you to really pay attention to the trends, also utilize the trends tool, and really plan out your content to see how you can capitalize on some of those trends. And of course, you're going to have evergreen content that you're creating for your business more than likely, but I would also love for you to get a little creative, inventive, and see how you can capitalize on some of those trends. And it's when you're utilizing trends, hence the name, it's something that is not going to be evergreen, but it's something that you have this potential to really take off when you can capitalize on those trends. And so I think that would be a really great thing to try in 2024. And whether you are new to Pinterest or you've been on Pinterest, that's something that I always pay attention to with my clients. And as a matter of fact, at the end of the month, I always do a monthly report for my clients. I'm only doing that monthly report once a month because the stats and things change, day to day. And because Pinterest is a, long-term platform, like you're in it for the, long haul. It's a marathon, not a sprint. it would make no sense to be looking at your traffic daily. So I do really dive in once a month, and when I'm putting together that analytics report, I like to look at the trends and really tell my clients, like, this is what will be trending up, or historically has trended up, this month in the past. This is ideas for content that we could create. So pay attention to that so that you can capitalize on those trends, because Pinterest, those trends, they're going to start taking off sooner than other platforms, because pinners are planners. So they are planning ahead and in the future. So if you start to pin content when the trend is already peaking, then you're really too late. You really need to be pinning 45 days in advance. Now, with some of the Pinterest trend predictions, it's going to be a little bit more challenging because it doesn't tell you exactly when that trend is going to take off. But I do tell people some of them you could kind of guess when to pin that content based off of seasonality. Some of it lends itself more to spring, summer. So that does make it a little bit more tricky because we're not sure for exactly if that trend is even going to come true. Hence the name trend predictions. They're predicting, so they don't know for sure that that is going to become a trend. But 8 out of 10 times their trend predictions have come true. So that is a pretty good indication. But I hope that these 5 tips for utilizing Pinterest in 2024 were helpful, and that you see Pinterest is an amazing platform. It's not going anywhere. It's time to stop making excuses, and it's time to get serious about marketing your business on Pinterest. Or maybe this is your sign to finally become a Pinterest manager. It has been an extremely sustainable business for myself, and it's helped me support my family. And I will be forever grateful for learning about freelancing and starting this service-based business. So I would love for you to check out some of my other videos, especially if you were wanting to learn more about how to use keywords. That was a biggie, and that was step number 1 for your success on Pinterest in 2024. So I would love for you to check out that other video, and let me know in the comments what questions you have. How can I support you? And also, I love creating videos over topics that you want to learn more about. So let me know in the comments if there's specific topics you would like to learn more about in the future. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. That helps me grow, and it means so much. I cherish every single one of my subscribers because you're supporting me, and that helps me come back week after week. So I can't wait to see you soon in next week's episode. Bye for now, friends.